Welcome back, guys, to the SBENU Star League here on Thursdays. We're about to jump, it looks like, right into the interview. So, Sojung, take it away.
Hey guys, not gonna mention the new shoe. Thank you guys for the Reddit thread. By the way, we're here with Dream and Life right away. Meeting up again. He says he's tired of meeting. Stop pointing at the pants, Valdez. Life looking bored. And Hyungyung asking the scores, predictions. You know, the condition for TVZ is really good, and if I have good conditions, if my hands work well, it's going to be 3-0. But not good, I don't know. Hyungyung's asking if his hands are, how his hands are, and he says, I don't know, I should do it, I should try it. I'm going to try to mimic Dream's Korean.
Do it, Sojung.
Okay. And Hyungyung is asking he can win this tournament if he wins against Life. And he's asking to diss him.
일단 이기고 말할게요.
I'll say afterward.
못하겠어요, 도발.
I can't do it.
오늘도 질 것 같아요 이러고 이길 거라고 그러셨잖아요 아까.
These guys need to man up.
왜요?
이기고 말할게요.
I'll just do it after I win. This is kind of like guys talking really bad. I'll do this afterward.
약간 의기소침해져 있는 모습인 것 같아요.
This is kind of being shy, Dream being shy. Life says, I'll try to mimic Life. You know, I think you're gonna have your mental breakdown if you kind of lose when you say you're gonna win. So yeah. I kind of rested a lot.
경기 전에 좀 항상 널널하게 계시다 오시는 것 같아요.
And Hyungyung's pointing out that Life always rests a lot, but still Life is on the roll as always.
경기를 워낙 많이 했잖아요.
And they played against each other so much.
오늘 경기에서 어떤 모습을
Let's see
보여주실 건가요?
what he's gonna show us. I'll show you Mutilis. I'll make your mentals go out. Kill all your marines.
굉장히 구체적으로
This is kind of
시나리오를
descriptive, you know,
짜오셨네요.
Mutilis and stuff. But I think this will really happen, you know. But this is Life. You don't know what's gonna happen. Life, you never know. Anyways, this was a short interview with Dream and Life. This was Hyungyung, Sojung, and SBENU.
Thanks, SBENU, for the translation. And yeah, that was kind of interesting. Dream kind of taking the place of Maru from the last one. They asked him to do some trash talk, and he's like, "No, I can't do it.
Yeah, that was
I can't
pretty
do
funny.
this.
He just couldn't do it, man. Not against Life. Life was ready for it too. He was laughing over the other side there." And we have a bit of a look here at the stats of how Dream has been doing against races. He's doing the best against Protoss, actually.
Yeah, funnily enough.
Funnily enough.
We were talking about him maybe not having as good of a shot against Hero as Maru would, and that fact I think still stands, but he's got a great win rate against Protoss at least.
Kind of surprising his stats against Zerg, actually, 15-13. Not as brilliant when I look at it like that on paper, but when we see him in the game, it's something else. It's something beautiful, Valdez.
Yeah.
He plays it like a god, man. I'm just gonna keep using that word. Everyone's just a
He's
god.
just like a god.
We got 4 gods today, man.
we do. That's the funny part.
Practically 2.
Here's Life, god number 4. He's pretty good straight across the board. No matchup really stands out. I guess versus Terran is his strongest. He's got a 66.6666 repeating, of course, win ratio here versus Terran.
Yeah, he does. So no surprise there. He's always been the player to go out and beat all the top Terrans and some very exciting play. And last time we saw these guys play, Life took him out 3-1 with an insanely aggressive play in the Kesper Cup, I believe it was.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. So hopefully we see more of that today. I really want to see some interesting styles come out from Life, especially.
Yeah, and this is the recent 10 games and where they're standing. Dream so far versus Zerg is 7-3 in matches, 15-13 in sets, as you guys just saw. Life 5-5 and 14-14, 50% across the board.
Wow, how about that? How about that, Valdez?
How about that? Not as impressive as the stats from our last 2 players.
No, the last 2 players are like two guys that are really on top of this matchup specifically.
Yeah.
Going at these guys, you know, they are some of the best. I dare say maybe BL is a bit better than Life in some ZVT. He's been doing a little bit better lately.
I'd agree.
Still Life, you know, he's up there. He's top 2 for sure.
Well, here is our last 10 best of 5s, I guess, here. Dream has only played 5, funnily enough. I guess this is since the beginning of 2014. That's actually what it says down there in the bottom. And in sets, he's 68% win ratio. Life is 8-2 in his last best of 5s, 61%.
Okay. Well, that's interesting statistics. We'll see if that means anything today, Valdez. And here we go. Here's the maps. Here's the interesting part. Merry-Go-Round, King Sejong Station, Deadwing, Cactus Valley, and Overgrowth. Getting rid of Vani Research Station, okay.
Yeah, an Expedition loss for Dream. Not really a surprise on those two.
No, and you know, the curious thing is, maybe we'll see Dream mix in some mech play this time around. I can't remember if we have seen him play mech before. His last best of 5 eludes me because it was such a quick one. Nothing really stuck with me.
Yeah.
All I remember is Life killing him very quickly when Dream was going for the fast 3 CCs. So, we'll see. He does have one good shot on Deadwing and King Sejong Station, but you know, you'd really want Vani Research to make it that much easier.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, there's pizza here.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Well, I want some of that pizza, but we're not getting any.
Where's mine?
Every single time this happens. Instead, we'll just have to settle with some amazing Starcraft 2, but here's Dream warming up those wrists.
Yeah.
There's Life sniffing his nose once again.
Life is always so relaxed when he comes into this. I don't know if this is just his coping mechanism. He's just like, oh, I'll just act super relaxed and then I'll become super relaxed.
Well, he's like one of the most experienced players we have here, and he's been traveling for years now and winning everything.
Well, we're going to jump straight into the match. Hold that thought, Moonblade. Here's game number 1 on Merry-Go-Round. Down here in the south, in the blue, our return player for this matchup, it is Dream.
There he is. Up here in the top left, we do have one of the most successful Zerg players in the universe. He is Life.
Laipu.
Laipu. Won 3 GSLs already. Was world champion last year, 2014. Won BlizzCon.
Man, I'm just so happy we started the games. I'm like, everything's so tense right now as we go into the early game, like the super early game, the beginning of game 1. I just know this is going to turn into an immaculate best of 5. It's going to go to game 5.
I love it, Valdez.
We're going to have the best games ever.
I love immaculate.
It's going to happen.
That's a great word for this series. It's going to be stunning. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Tears are going to be flowing down my face by the end of it. And I will cradle you.
Especially if Dream wins. Everybody knows you and Life have been going out for some time.
Well, that'll be a bit of a heartbreaker, man. You might have to cradle me then. I'm going to be needing some help getting home tonight.
Oh, man, I'm smelling that pizza.
It does smell way too good, actually. This is not fair.
Someone's going to hear us and bring us some pizza.
Well, yeah, it's probably better if we don't. You know, let's try and be healthy.
I guess.
Yeah, we should be healthy.
It's always got to ruin my fun.
Yep.
My pizza.
None of your pizza, Valdez. All right, we are seeing pretty standard sort of play so far. I believe that was a very early gas.
From Dream.
That might have been actually just a normal side of gas.
Yeah, just normal gas.
Normal gas, early Reaper. We do usually see when Dream goes for 1 Reaper, he goes for 3 by the end of it. He likes to get out multiple, and this is a great map to do it on because it is hard to get a third base in this map, especially in these positions when he finds out exactly where they are, because look where Life has to get that third base, man. It's going to have to be in the middle of the map. It's going to be that low ground middle part. He doesn't want to expand towards the Terran.
Yeah, and what about the fourth base?
Fourth base is wonkadoodle-doo, Valdez. It's yucky ducky. You don't want to ever expand there.
Yucky ducky.
The high ground.
I love it.
The high ground is horrible enough, and he probably will have to end up going there. He's going to have to creep spread out pretty far to make sure he keeps it safe. But look at this. Interesting start from Life, not even going for a gas. So he's going to go for a lot of queens behind this. Oh!
Oh!
Losing a drone already.
What is going on with this drone over here, by the way? What is that?
You know what?
Can you explain this to me, Moonglade?
No.
Is that just going to be a late scout, or is he going to go fast lair? I mean, he has no gas, so...
I think it might be a late scout now that I think about it.
Yeah, we've been seeing this a lot out of Terran, actually. The map, we always see this on is Coda. They keep it in the top right.
Or we could see a Spire over there or something weird.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but the gas is pretty late. He's only got one.
What? It's a hatchery.
What?
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Hold on. Hold on. What? A hatchery over there.
Okay, so...
What does it mean, Valdez?
Life came into this best of 5 with his troll face on. That's what that means.
This troll face on. I like that. But
at the same time, he's got one queen back here. Second queen is going to pop out, but that one is solo.
yeah, he's going to lose this one for sure. Oh, not even taking that very weak Reaper. It's on 7 HP. He could have killed it if he microed correctly. Big mistake there from Life.
Okay, so what do you think he's going to do with this? Let's theory craft for a little bit.
I think it's going to be Roach. Proxy Roach.
He's getting the speed. That's the beginning of his gas.
I think it has to be Roach. He's going to be making Roach from this hatchery and Lings from the main and natural. So he can run across the map with Lings, but come in hot with the Roaches completely undetected to the very last second. That is my theory, Valdez. I stand behind it. The only other thing it could maybe be is a Baneling Nest goes down and we just see Banelings morph there. And he goes for a massive Ling Bane attack.
That would be so interesting because by this time the Terran is going to have so many Hellions out. And it is going to be a Baneling Nest.
Okay, well, let's see how this works out. Because this is very interesting. And there's a Reaper going around nearby.
I thought that Reaper was going to go out.
Can
like
you imagine if a Reaper scouted this?
Yeah.
It's like, why were you over there for starters? And
which map packs are you using that the Kesper referees could not scout that?
Well, that is just crazy, right? And the other thing is that, like, Dream, he's looking paranoid the way he's moving his units. Like, Reapers and Hellions are staying near the natural. And he's like, well, what is going on exactly? He's going to block it off completely. He's got quite a number of Hellions on the map. Oh.
He's going to pull a sick number of Lings over there at that hatchery.
All right, here's another scary thing, Valdez, I just thought of. Hold on, though. This Medivac's going to cause a lot of problems. Get rid of an Overlord for starters. But here's a scary thing. There's a Viking coming out at the same time, and it's going to be heading towards this hatchery eventually. After it deals with the first Overlord, it should... Oh, big hits. Oh, man,
this is what happens when you get the Medivac with the...
But here comes the counterattack, Valdez. Oh, unfortunately for him, there is a block, and he just realized it. What is he going to do from here?
Morph a bunch of Banes. He wants to go straight for the wall, but he's supply blocked, and there's a bunch of Terran in his base.
Well, that's the biggest problem of all behind this. I appreciate the creativity, but what's he going to do about all these Hellion, Marine, and Reapers in his main? I think he just loses everything. He's going to have to try and kill Dream with this move right here. He's going to get in.
There's not enough back here for Dream. At the same time, he's right on the production right now with all of these Lings.
He's going to kill everything here.
And he could just run away. He's got a hatchery on the other side of the map.
Oh, my goodness.
What are we seeing here in Game 1?
I do not even know. It's going to be essentially a wonky base trade. Looking at what we see here, there's not many SCVs left over. There's more than enough Lings to clean everything up. It's about dealing with the Hellion Reaper Marines.
Yeah, it's about dealing with that army, but he's just trying to get as much damage down. He's even just sacrificing his queens and his Spinecrawler doing a lot of damage.
I almost think that Life has just won this with a base trade style. I mean, the only other thing could happen is Dream comes back, cleans this up, and he comes back with mules. But besides that, everything is in shambles for him.
Look at the worker counts right now. It's 12-4. in Life's favor. But Life is winning these trades. A lot of the Terran army has been picked apart slowly.
A lot of links still coming in. There is going to be a bunch of Marines and Vikings, but here we go, the big fight. Everything's getting wiped out. I think Life has it.
He's trying to come back with mules, but he's right on top of those mules. He's going to try to get a good position behind the minerals, but that's going to be it.
What? How did you actually see this?
GG. Dream's in shock. He like put his hands on the keyboard. He's like, I guess I lose.
Live with the grin, that evil grin.
What is that?
He's like, yes, it worked. I have no idea how, but it worked. And very interesting game to start things up. And Life, you know, he's sticking with this highly aggressive play against Dream.
I almost feel like Life is just toying with Dream at this point. He won't play a straight-up game against him. He's just going to go for wonka-doodle-doo builds like this and just try to kill him.
Wonka doodly doo. He's like, oh, that's where the hatchery was. What?
The coach is in there. He's like smiling while talking to Dream. He's like, oh, you just got wrecked. But anyway, here's how he did it.
You got face rolled by a proxy hatch link banelin, bro. Like, that happened. Life with that cheeky grin. Now up his face, ready for game number 2. It's going to be on King Stage Young Station.
Who do you think was the first map pick, by the way?
That's a tough one.
Maybe Dream?
Oh, do you remember what map 3 was?
Deadwing.
I think it was map 1 was Dream. I think. I don't think Life would be choosing Deadwing.
Yeah. Pick merry-go-round, not bad for Terran, especially if the Zerg gets a bad spawn, and then you go Deadwing, you play a big map against Life.
The thing is, though, we do see as Life is laughing his ass off in the chat.
Dream just called that